Throughout the FNaF games, we have been given many different Five Nights at Freddy's offices in which we must use to survive a various slew of animatronics. But realistically, are these offices even any good? In this video, we will be delving into which FNaF offices are by far the safest and slowly making our way into the absolute worst FNaF offices, which I wouldn't recommend for survival to my worst enemy. Starting with FNaF 1 for the safest FNaF office. Well, of course, the OG FNaF 1. Well, this office is of course still deadly, and definitely not where I wish to find myself on Tuesday night shift. It's simple, and for a chance of FNaF survival, you need simplicity. 2 doors and a camera, and that's literally it. I believe you implemented similar strats like left door, camera flick, right door. Most people could actually survive nights 1 through 5 fairly regularly, maybe even 420 mode. I'm very aware of the limited door and camera power, and that's definitely the biggest downfall related to this office, as I believe the average person would actually panic and consume too much power way too fast. But I definitely take my chances with this one over literally any other one, as I believe you'd have the highest survival rate. If I had to pick an office to spend a weekend, it would definitely be this one, and I'd give it a 90% survival rating if everyone took a moment to breathe. For the second most safe FNaF office, I'm definitely going to go with FNaF 3. Now, FNaF 3 is placed as the second safest office in the entire franchise. Why, you may ask? Well, simple. There's only one animatronic who can kill you. Springtrap. It's also rated as one of the easiest FNaF games, and you can quite literally beat it in an hour. Generally speaking, this game is no sweat. You're given audio alerts, which sometimes don't work, but if you understand how Springtrap himself works, honestly no worries, and I've literally beaten the entire game without using a single audio alert. It's also susceptible to things such as camera stalling. You can hear him, close vents on him, and even have a stare down with him towards the end of the night if he somehow gets too close. I don't even think I'd be scared in this office. Okay, that's cap a little, but you get my point. This game wins the safest option in my book. The only reason it did not receive number 1 is because I feel like the learning curve might be a little steep for people who don't even know what a FNaF is, but for the average person, I'd probably give this office a 75% survival rating. FNaF 4. Now, here's where you guys may disagree, but personally I believe FNaF 4 to be the third safest FNaF office. Now, don't get me wrong, they're all deadly, they're all scary, but honestly I find FNaF 4's mechanics to be some of the easiest in a FNaF game. You run between doors and check a bed. As long as you can hear in this game, I'll give this office a 65% survival rating. And yes, I know it's technically a bedroom. I don't need to hear it, guys. However, this is definitely one of the scary FNaF offices, and I still wouldn't put it on my 2025 bingo card places I'd want to be in. You know, Foxy would definitely rip me a new one. Now, if you find yourself at the FNaF 2 office, just know I'm very sorry. Very sorry. This office is not maxed out for survival at all, equipping you with a Freddy mask and a flashlight. It's like they want you to die. You aren't given any doors, and every animatronic space to teleport places, so just know I'm sorry and rest in pieces. If you somehow make it through the first 5 nights, you definitely are being nights 6 and 7, so let's pack it up here and move on because there's not much more to say. FNaF 2 ends with a 40% survival rating in my book, and those people who survived are traumatized for life. Ultimate Custom Night. Now, honestly, Ultimate Custom Night's office is pretty solid. You have 3 vent doors, a mask, a flashlight, 2 side doors, cameras, a fan, and vent snares, audio lures. It's everything you could ever want. Except, remember what we said about simplicity? Yeah, now that the office is decked out, but depending on how many animatronics you're dealing with, it definitely doesn't feel that way, and it quickly becomes overwhelming. I mean, one of the animatronics asks you to catch a fish. We also have to take into account the power supply, which I believe is harder to manage than the power in FNaF 1. Now, depending on the animatronic, I do believe the average person could definitely make use of this office and survive. However, against all the animatronics that are actually in the game, being 50 animatronics, 99.99% of you stand no chance. I believe most people would become overwhelmed, distracted, and disoriented, and also run out of power on a 50-20 run. Just because it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. This office isn't at all what it seems, and just because it gives you the illusion of safety doesn't mean you're actually safe at all. Survival rating, I'm giving it a 25. Now, with sister location, there are various places to hide. For example, you could literally just stand in the elevator all night, but we're going to assume this challenge is the safest office while also completing your tasks. For this reason, sister location has made it to the top 3 deadliest FNaF offices to be created, even though I know it's not technically an office. Though Night 6 does contain an office, so we're counting it. FNaF sister location was sort of Scott's first realm game, and honestly, it's pretty scary. The reason it's so high up the list is mainly because of Night 4, 5, and 6. Night 4, about 200 mini-arenas climb inside your stomach. The average person could breathe faster, causing the spring locks to unwind faster. No way you're keeping up. You're dead, bozo. The 5th night literally ends with you being murdered. Like, you literally get scooped from inside out and Edward wears your skin to escape, so yeah, you're dead. And Night 6 requires so much precision and power management that I doubt the average person could even manage, so we're all dead. This is one of the deadliest places I wouldn't actually want to be in, and if I found myself here, I'd want to be one of the hung electricians. That's a joke, YouTube. I swear that's a joke, YouTube. For those reasons, I believe only the most elite of our population is surviving this, and that doesn't include me. 17% survival rating. Now, I don't care what anyone says, the FNaF Pizzeria office is one of the scariest FNaF offices to have ever been created. So scary that yes, I've still never even beaten the game. And yes, it makes it to second deadliest on this list. Let me break this down for you. You have to manage your tasks, your temperature, advertisements, and sound levels, and on top of that, distract 5 animatronics crawling around in your vents, 4 of which taunt you with voice lines. Yeah, I'm good. This game doesn't really have a good way of protecting yourself, arming you only with a flashlight as you stare down complete darkness, and if you ever catch a glance of an animatronic, it's already too late. Yeah, I'd quite literally rather be anywhere else. Just saying, if I had to pick between this or going to Universal for the day, I'd probably pick going to Universal. Yeah, that was definitely a very hard decision. 12% survival rating. So then what is it? What is the deadliest FNaF office? Well, I think an honorable mention is FNaF Into the Pit. Now, don't get me wrong, this game was pretty dang easy, but I honestly don't believe anyone's outrunning Springtrap or all these other animatronics. You know, you can hide the whole game, but you know, what's that gonna do? I personally believe you get bodied, but I honestly just forgot to include that game into this, I forgot to include that game in my FNaF list, so, but I'm honestly gonna give that one probably around a 40% survival rating. I believe the average person could maybe beat it, but once again, I don't believe you're outrunning Springtrap. I don't know. Oswald's like 10 years old. He's not outrunning Springtrap. Bro was nerfed. Okay, moving on. So then what is it? What is the deadliest FNaF office? The FNaF office, I believe, will catch the most bodies. Deadly beyond deadly. Now, you guys probably knew this was coming, but security breach, which actually has multiple offices. Now, if we once again hold you accountable for finishing your tasks, this means you're going to need to free roam pretty much the entire establishment, dealing with Roxy, Montgomery Gator, Chica, Sun and Moon, and a few others, but most specifically Vanny and Springtrap. And realistically, I doubt anyone is surviving this junk. Pretty much you need to light Springtrap on fire again. Yeah, that never works. I wonder when the characters will actually try like using a nuke or something. And I'd cry just seeing Vanny. So honestly, you don't stand a chance. I don't care how good you think you are. You're probably thinking, well, a kid did it, so anyone can. This kid has 99 lives. I don't want to hear it. Bro was built better than a cat, okay? I'd give this game a less than 3% survival rating. And if you guys think you could do it, well, let me know in the comments. So there we have it, guys. Every FNaF game in order of safest to the deadliest. Of course, like always, check out the video on screen, which is recommended just for you.